I have a question for you guys, right? What is commitment? And before I tell you guys a story, might I invite you guys to comment below in the comment section? I was about to say the description box. In the comment section, tell me what you think commitment is. Let me tell you guys a story. 2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me, Chloe, what do you think commitment is? Because, we're talking about relationships at that time, and they asked me, Chloe, what do you think commitment is? Now, granted, at the time I wasn't in a serious relationship, let alone a committed one, really. And, my parents are not together, they are divorced. So I didn't really have the best examples from which to draw. I mean, I wasn't even surrounded by people who were in committed relationships, or if they were, it didn't seem so committed like at the time. But then, I said, you know what, let me sit on that question and then I'll come back and I'll tell you. I did. And I don't know, 2 years later, I finally have what I think is a conclusive answer. Now, granted, guys, again, I didn't draw from anyone. If at best I drew from watching like TV shows and movies, you guys, I'm a screenwriter. So that's my business. I watch movies, I watch TV shows, mostly TV shows, but you get the point. So that's where I draw a lot of what I'm going to say in this video from. Now, I didn't get to ever tell that guy because we are no longer, I don't know if we are no longer friends, we just stopped talking, really. I feel like I oversat on the question and we stopped talking. But to me, commitment is you both are in this relationship and you're committed to making it work, no matter what happens. You're not thinking, the moment this happens, I'm running away, I'm going to cheat, I'm breaking up with this person. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking, I have this person and I really want to be with them and I'm going to make it work, right? What I think commitment is that you guys have a problem that comes into the relationship, and it's not me versus you, or me versus the problem alone, or you versus the problem alone. It is us versus the problem with God. Because I'm a Christian, I'm going to say with God, because any person who is trying to handle a problem without involving God or your higher power, I will have to say you are severely going to suffer. But for me, that's what I think commitment is, right? You have this problem, but you're like, okay, so we have it. How do we go forward? How do we move forward? You're not thinking, the problem is here, and he's not trying to help or what. You sit down, both of you, not, you table it and you're like, how do we do this going forward, right? I mean, I know I tell you guys I'm not surrounded by people who are in committed relationships, because I know of people who are in sort of committed relationship, but whenever a problem arose, it was only one partner dealing with a problem and the other was mostly passive. Now, I will not say who it is, but just rest assured it's not my parents. I wasn't so involved in their marriage, I wouldn't know, right? So yeah, it was just the other partner dealing with the problems a lot. And in my eyes, I was like, you sure you want to be with this man? Is this the kind of man you want to be with? Like, you get so. But yeah, now what I think is a good foundation for committed relationships, in my opinion, from watching a lot of TV shows and movies, is friendship. My goodness, friendship. I don't know why people do not get that being friends before you escalate it to maybe say courtship or dating. Being friends first is a good place to start for any person. I know men, and I think in the same way women, hate the friend zone. But the friend zone is the best place, because the friend zone is where you get to cut off people, right? But if you're married to the guy, you can't just cut him off. You have to go through a whole divorce. Now if you're dating the person, you have to break up. It's going to be a whole awkward thing. And I know people like to be like, yeah, let's break up, but you can remain friends. If you guys were never friends to begin with, trust that it's going to be really hard. And when I say friendship, I do not mean friendship with benefits. Guys, I'm going to say it right now. Stop that business. Stop it. If you can wait for marriage, wait. Don't start this whole friends with benefits. It isn't even friendship at that point. It's just something that's, I think, a situationship, as Gen Zers have come to call it. But I feel like the best place to start is friendship. You get to ascertain if this is someone I want to go on another level with, right? Because, even before you become best friends with someone, you're like, friends first, then you gauge, oh, so you know what, this is now my ride or die, and then I'll become ride or die forever, right? And I feel like when you become friends and you establish that rapport, that building, you get to know that, this is my person, and you know that this person also feels the same way about you, and it could escalate a little bit, become courtship, then dating, and if everything goes well past the dating stage, you get married. And when marriage is hard, so I'm told. I can't vouch, but marriage is hard. So you would assume you really need a very strong foundation on which that marriage stands. But being friends first, you get to gauge this person's beliefs, this person's mannerisms, their behavior, how they handle conflict, right? And even sometimes when you are friends, you can, you like, this person's problem solving skills are something I would love to learn. Being friends, you guys also get to learn from each other. You get to know each other more. And in my opinion, just be friends first. Don't rush into the whole dating scene, because man, you rush, you crash. It's a well-known saying by many people. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't have a friend who wants to look at me there, but I feel like within the moment when I get to that stage when I now want to go back in the dating scene, because at the moment I'm not really looking to date. I'm just looking to find out who I am and continue on this path of self-discovery. But I hope that along the way, the one is interested in becoming my friend. Even one time my uncle told me that, Chloe, how do you know this man is meant for you? My uncle was married at some point. He told me, Chloe, how do you know this person was meant for you? They want to be your best friend before anything. So I was like, you're right. So I think building a good friendship is a good place to start, because that kind of says, if you do not like this person, you can easily jump ship and there will be no repercussions at all. No consequences, no nothing. So I do not get why people want to date first before they get to know this person, before they get to gauge if this is their person or person. I mean, I receive DMs almost on a daily where someone is like, can we go out? Can we, I fancy you, girl, you're good, you're like all this. I'm like, yeah, pump the brakes, dear sir, but you're not even interested in getting to know if I'm interested in you, for you just want to jump ship immediately. Anyway, I'll see you guys in another episode. Ciao, Bella. Bye.